What drives Mark Webber, I think, is the competition. That's the most important thing for me, is having that desire in your belly, the fire to compete. Over years, I got to a position now where I can put together a pretty solid season. Of course, I did not win the World Championship this year, but I went very close to winning the world title, and I was obviously doing quite a few things well. Everything's a record this year. Sebastian's feet here.
Is it?
He's being carried to the water, I think, on his way to land on my head. In 2010, the highlight for me definitely was winning in Monte Carlo. I think it's a very special track. First victory for the team there was a 1-2. Seb drove a great race as well, so both of us did a very special 1-2, and they don't happen every year. They happen once every 10 years, where a team is getting a 1-2 at a venue like that.
And Mark Webber will accelerate now into the pit straight, round the final corner. On now to the pit straight, pole position, checkered flag, championship lead. It doesn't get much better for Mark Webber. And the checkered flag will wait for Mark Webber. It'll wave for Mark Webber. It was Barcelona 1 week, Monaco the next. It's a winning weekend for the Australian. He's done it.
See Vettel pulling a move, and Webber's left the door wide open.
Oh, did they come together? Webber and Vettel have come together. That's Vettel going out, Webber going out. What was going on there?
Well done, Mark, you drove very well today. Great job. You won the British Grand Prix. Well done.
Stop there for number 2 driver. Cheers.
And he leads the World Championship. And no wonder they're happy, because it's not just a victory, it's another 1-2. Webber from Vettel, Red Bull weekend.
Welcome to the show, Mark. You smiled at most of those clips.
Well, it's good to be here, mate, yeah. It reminds you, a lot of theatre, wasn't there? A lot of drama along the way.
That is a nasty, nasty smash! Completely launched into the air.
In Valencia in 2010, I had a big crash. I touched the back of another car, and then my car went into the air, completely like this. So at this moment here, obviously the ground is down here, but I have a very bad feeling at the moment. I'm still doing 280, 290 kilometers an hour, and I'm worried about a bridge. Everything slows down. You know, you're pretty relaxed. You don't want any pain. You just think, okay, this is bad, but nothing I can do now. You're just ready for the next part of it, which was then I landed and the car got on its wheels again, even though it lost some wheels at this point. But and then I'm going towards the wall, which was fine. I went into the tyres very heavy, and everything was okay.
I only saw the replay because I got up from the couch at that point and quickly ran back in when I heard the commentators sort of getting excited about something, and I didn't know what it was. And so, yeah, after that, I felt really nervous about walking away from the TV screen. Silly superstition, because every time I do, something happens.
You know, I had a bit of concussion a few days afterwards. I wasn't. I remember Anne asking me a very simple question in the kitchen the next morning after the race, and nothing there.
I can't remember what it was now.
Very, very strange that I couldn't answer some simple questions.
Oh, it was about, yes, the summer. We have a restaurant, a pub in a village called Mentmore. There was something he was supposed to do there. I think it was a summer fete or something to open it. He said, Mentmore, where's that?
Welcome to Mentmore in the UK.
I said, excuse me, we have a pub there.
Oh my God! I came to Europe in the end of '95. The competition in Australia is not as strong as it is here. So to race against the best guys, you need to come to Europe, and I realised that very early. So I left, I think, at 17, 18, to come and live in the UK. and that was a tough time for me, to leave Australia. It's probably the hardest part in terms of the first year or so. I was quite homesick and didn't like the UK at all. Okay, you happy?
I've known Mark since late 93, 94, and he is one of the few people I know of that level that is so down to earth. What you see with Mark is what you get. There's no bullshit. He is his own person. He's honest, and it's black and white. He's a really nice guy.
He's impatient in some ways, and probably I love that in him as well. But he's very patient in other ways. He's just very level-headed. Everything is no fuss. You just get on with life, and that's his philosophy for everything.
Okay.
What makes Mark Webber slightly different to other Formula One drivers? He's got a great obsession and love affair with his two dogs that are Rhodesian Ridgebacks, so they're big dogs. They've eaten Nicole, my secretary, when she's been to his house.
They're good. When I have a great day, they treat me the same as when I've had a shit day.
I'm 14 years old, and me and my dad, we recently bought a kart. It's got a 100cc engine.
Yep.
It hasn't got that much money to run it.
Yep.
And I know that you had struggles with money and sponsorship in your early years, like in Formula Ford and that. Do you have any advice for me?
Yeah, unfortunately, mate, we love and you love a very difficult sport in that sense. Promise me one thing always: when you leave the track, you can thank your dad for taking you to the track and those sort of things, because there's going to be some tough days as well as some good ones, hopefully. Try and get noticed as soon as possible. Believe in yourself. You go out there, you've got the equipment you've got, and do your best you can.
He's a good ambassador for any young driver in terms of the dedication and application that he makes to the sport. And he trains very hard. He's probably one of the fittest, if not the fittest driver in Formula One.
I was the fittest I've been in my life, and I've really never really got back to that point. And then, boom. The mountain bike crash in 2008 was horrible. It happened very fast. There was a car coming around the corner, and I was also on this corner and didn't have much room.
So I wasn't there, so I was in France at the time. So being 12,000 miles away when something like that's going on is kind of difficult.
I wasn't thinking about my career. My career was not important to me. What was important to me was quality of life.
Yes, of course. Okay.
Yeah. No tears at the airport.
No, there won't be any tears, don't worry. You're back on when?
Sunday morning.
Oh, just checking. Need to make sure.
Yeah, he's passionate about his mountain biking. It seems more dangerous than driving a Formula One car, so I think he'll be taking it easy on a bike this winter.
Someone like Senna and I think someone like Schumacher. Those two guys in my era, they are the two guys that really had a big bearing on probably where the sport went. Michael in terms of his physical preparation to the sport, and probably Senna for the mind. He was incredibly focused and obviously deeply religious, and the way he went about his racing was very unique. I would love him to still be around today. On reflection, probably my biggest hero, because now I've worked with people that have worked with all of those drivers, whether it was with a Prost or whether it was with a Senna or whether it was with a Schumacher or whatever, and they always come back to Senna.
The biggest success for sure has been winning the Constructors and the Drivers' Championship. That's the culmination of 6 years hard work.
But the hardest part for us as a team will come when, obviously, because it's been like this all the way, is when it goes like this. That's when the character of us as a team will be tested, and we need to be ready for that. And I believe we are ready. If we have that moment when someone else is doing a slightly better job, and then we need to react. We'll travel to Thailand. We're going to do a Red Bull show car run, which is basically a demonstration F1 car in front of the King of Thailand.